Thanks for listening to the Dr. Drew Podcast on Podcast One.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Drew Podcast, and we get to Justin Sylvester today from Daily Pop on E! And Just the Sip. And he and I get into everything. Race, gender, sexuality. It's a really interesting conversation. Stay with it. And let me remind you that more than 37 million Americans are affected by migraine. The condition impacts 1 in every 5 women and 10% of school-age children. It can begin at any age, usually peaking in your 30s. Migraine attacks include serious and debilitating symptoms such as nausea, difficulty concentrating, thinking clearly, and sensitivity to light, sound, or odors. There are resources available to help you manage migraine symptoms. Talk to your physician about treatment options and talk to your employer about reasonable workplace accommodations. For more information, visit womeningovernment.org. And now let's get on with the show. And hey, everybody, welcome to Dr. Drew Podcast. Keep the winds in the sail of the Corolla pirate ship. Be sure to click through on the banners and support the people that support the podcast. We appreciate it. I have a new thing going on. If you sign up at drdrew.tv, you will get a email blast that will allow you to jump to the head of the line when I do a live streaming show on the weekends where I just answer questions. And it's just live and it's streaming and it's very fun. So do check that out. Also, don't forget After Dark. It's all at Dr. Drew After Dark. You can get that at drdrew.com along with This Life You Live. And everything else is there, including the Adam and Dr. Drew show and the AM 790 KBC program. And today it's Justin Sylvester, man. Welcome. Finally, we did this.
I know,
We've been trying to do this for like a year.
But I'm on the wrong show. I want to be on Dr. Drew After Dark.
Oh, you want to be on that one too?
I want to talk. I want to talk.
Also.
I want to talk. How nasty does it get on Dr. Drew After Dark?
It's not nasty. It's we watched horrible videos. It's a spinoff of Your Mom's House, and we talk and they send me horrible vides. And they just try to shame me.
Oh, wow.
They try to make me uncomfortable and ashamed. That's the nature of that show.
I thought you were taking over for Talk Sex with Sue Johansson.
No. Oh, man. Is she still doing that?
No, I'm so sad about it.
I went up to Canada. I went up to Canada and saw her and did it with her.
Wow.
Did the show with her. It was the strangest experience. You go, they do it. They record it. It was a TV show. And they recorded it in the Toronto Blue Jays booth. For broadcasting the game, they commandeer their booth and sort of turn the cameras inward, and you're in the Toronto Blue Jays stadium, and they bring you up beforehand to meet in a conference room, and it's just these 3 little old ladies talking about going to cottage, and they had scones out. It was the funniest thing ever.
Dude, she's a national treasure. She's the biggest thing to come out of Canada next to Shania Twain. I'm telling you, that's how I learned about sex. Really? My mother never talked to me about anything. My father didn't say, this is the birds and the bees.
What's the matter? You didn't listen to Loveline? What the hell?
Yeah. Once I got to college, I ended up with Loveline and Delilah. I was going back and forth.
Good. All right, excellent. I'm good. And so I got to know her pretty well. She's lovely, and her claim to fame was she actually is one of the first. She was an RN, and she set up some of the first STD clinics in schools in the history of Canada. And so she was doing all this really public health stuff way before the TV stuff started.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting woman. So let me talk about Justin. Justin is weekdays at noon on E! ! You also can find him on Twitter at The Lady Sitter and Twitter as well. New episodes Wednesday on E! News YouTube channel. Tell me about that. Just the Sip.
Oh, yeah. I have Just the Sip is my long form show.
Didn't we do that? Didn't I do that with you?
You did it with me.
Yeah.
And you sit down. We have an hour-long conversation, and it comes on YouTube every Wednesday, and then the unedited version goes on Google Podcasts,
cool.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so you can hear the raw, uncut version on Wednesdays.
Do you pull people off of the E! Show onto that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now people are hearing about it and hitting me up in my DMs to come on the show because they want to tell their sides of the story.
What says Daily Pop is noon on E! Why I'm always there at 10 o'clock?
Because 12 o'clock, 11 Central, Eastern. Yeah.
Okay. So you do it really, it's 9 o'clock or something, right?
It's really 9 o'clock.
On the Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay. Because whenever I've done it with you, that's where...
You have to get there at the ass crack of dawn.
No. Because I got to get out of there by 10 o'clock. I have a radio show after that. I knew I wasn't there at noon. These guys have great guests: Jared Leto, Juliana Hough, Eva Longoria, everybody. Do you guys interview everybody?
Everybody comes through.
And your co-hosts?
So awesome. Carissa Culliner and Morgan Stewart. And we just have a good time. It's like the laid-back daytime show. If you don't want to fight like The View and you don't want to sit and watch Michael Strahan for 4 hours, you can come and watch us.
Gary's going to turn your mic around, I think. There we go.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
It's all good. I'm doing a lot of umming today, which is weird. I normally don't do that, but I am surprised. I didn't know your previous history with Kyle Richards and Real Housewives. I had no idea. I just know you from when we've encountered each other over at E! Beverly Hills Nannies. Tell me more about all this.
By the way,
congratulations on LSU last weekend.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Best birthday gift of my life.
When's your birthday?
I turned 33 on Saturday.
My kids turned 27 on Monday.
Amazing. Yeah. So on the LSU-Alabama game, actually last Saturday, I turned 33, and it was
a great game.
A great game. I was
46-41.
46-41. I was literally rehearsing for the People's Choice Awards.
Oh.
And watching the game while I was rehearsing. People were so upset with me. So upset with me, but I could miss it. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana, and I met this woman named Allie Landry.
I know Allie very well.
Allie Landry came into a restaurant that I was working at when I was 17 years old. And was like, you need to move to Los Angeles. And here's my phone number. And whenever you're ready to move, please let me know. And then I saw her again a few years later when I was 20, and she said the same thing. So when I moved,
I screwed her life up. I was predicted she was going to marry Mario Lopez, and then she did, or almost did, or whatever happened there. And I was like, sorry, guys. I thought that was going to work out.
No. But she's happy now. And
and so is he. I mean, they're sure they harbor no ill whatever.
Yeah. But she was like, let me know when you want to come. And I called her when I got here, and she took me in for a month and introduced me to Kyle Richards.
Wow, how nice of her. It's
crazy.
Really cool. She's a pretty cool person.
She's an unbelievable person. Yeah. And Kyle Richards was like, hey, I need an assistant for 3 months. And I was like, great. And then 3 months turned into 5 years, and then 5 years turned into a spinoff show. And then I ended up at E!
That was the Beverly Hills Nannies with the spinoff.
Yeah. And it was nuts.
So talk about being on a reality show.
It's not for me.
Yeah. You don't like producers going, hey, Kyle just said she's thinking about firing you. I know you've been there for 5 years, but I just heard her say that you just have sucked all 5 years. What do you think?
Right.
Let's do a what do they call it?
The mock interview?
Right. No, let's do a fly. What do they call them? Flybys. What do they call those interviews they're doing all on the fly? Let's do an OTF. Let's do an OTF.
Yeah,
ready?
yeah.
Kyle says you're horrible. OTF. Here we go.
Like, what? She said what? She said who? No, reality TV, I'm telling you right now, people think it's so easy. And it is not easy at all. And watching her do that for 5 seasons right behind her, and then going on with her being her friend and, her confidant for 5 more seasons after that, I just don't know how they do it.
What's hard about it for people that have not been in front of those cameras?
First of all, it's not exactly what you think it is. Like when you see an episode of a reality show, that's a week of filming, sometimes even 2 weeks of filming. And what happens is you have to go through the drama for 5 months. You have to talk about the drama in your interviews for 2 months after that. And then once you get over everything with these people at a finale party, you have to relive it while it plays on TV and see what the other women say about you and get all in your emotions again.
But there's an element that's sort of difficult to pin down where the producers screw with things.
Yes.
Because they'll say things like, hey, there's not a lot happening this season. If you guys want to get another season, I just talked to the network, and they're saying you're on the ropes. So let's heat it up. By the way, Lisa Rinna just said, I talked to Lisa yesterday. She said, you're fat. There's something crazy like that.
No. What they do is, and this is interesting because I was a reality TV producer, actually.
Do you watch Unreal?
I love Unreal.
Is that not exactly how it works?
It's exactly how it works. There's just one other thing that happens, which is, once you tell one woman or one other castmate something, it's like lighting a fire.
Yeah.
Because that person will tell someone else, and by the time it gets to the actual person that the other person said about, the story has become bigger than what it's supposed to be.
Of course, like telephone.
And then you add in Chardonnay.
And again, right, you add alcohol in. and the producers do also heat it up. They throw
it all at you.
So in Celebrity Rehab, they started that nonsense, and I was like, get the fuck away from my patients. Do not get near them. And it got to the point where I was furious about it because these are sick people, and you're screwing with sick people. You don't get the.
But how did you find out?
I just sort of saw. I would sit in the control room sometimes and see what's going on with people, and I'd see the producers talk to them. I'm like, I dive into the room, like, get out of here. And it got to the point where I would say, okay, we can do this season. Nobody speaks to the patients under any circumstances. Not one word. Everyone's blind to the patient. And me, you can ask me 5 questions. How's the patient doing? What's the discharge plan? How much it's going to cost? What's the family therapy? What's the aftercare plan? That's it. One more thing, I'm walking the hell off the stage. I'm walking off.
Has there ever been someone who they really wanted you to get and the person was willing to do it, but you thought they weren't in the frame of mind to go into the show?
Yeah. But more times there were people that would have made a great candidate for treatment, and the psychological screening, you must know this. The screening instruments they use to determine if somebody's okay to be on a reality show are worthless. I mean, worthless.
Horrible.
Essentially, are you actively psychotic and actively suicidal? That's about all they ask. Now, drug addicts, when they're thinking about treatment, are often suicidal. So there was a lot of suicidal people around out there. I'm like, get her in here. She'd be perfect. You can't. Look, I decide who I can treat.
They didn't want the liability.
I decide who's appropriate for the program, not you idiots with your stupid screening programs. I'll tell you if there's and then they would send me extremely difficult patients that never should have been in.
Yeah.
Because their screening instruments were terrible. Terrible. I was very upset about that.
I love that show.
I mean, unfortunately, there's footage of me yelling at the camera, like using it like a walkie-talkie. Like, I can't believe you gave me that. This is ridiculous. And then this other one you wouldn't give me. Come on.
That should have been in your slideshow for your birthday. Where was that footage?
I know. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Would you ever resurrect that show?
Sure. I talked to somebody about it.
I'm like, I don't know why you guys hadn't done it. It was so groundbreaking.
It's expensive because the celebrities all get paid.
Yeah.
And they have to get aftercare, and that's expensive. And but I do it again in a millisecond.
Damn.
And I got plenty of people I'm thinking of that would be great.
Do you ever watch Intervention?
Like those guys. Love those guys.
I didn't. There were so many things that I guess I learned a lot from TV because my family didn't talk about anything. We swept everything under the rug. It's like a family curse. Louisiana, black like most African American families do that.
We'll talk about it at the church.
Yeah. And what happens in our house stays in our house. And once we go to Sunday, we're gonna pray it away, and we're not gonna talk about it again.
Right.
And identifying, things that I saw in friends and family members from that show kind of sort of gave me the tools to figure out how to respond and how to really work through those thoughts about those people. So it's crazy how reality TV kind of really is.
Oh, yeah.
I know people say it's trash, but at the same time, it taught me so much.
So the therapeutic reality shows, some of them, are opportunities to learn things. Some of them, you get kind of a skewed view of stuff. You don't really because treatment is not that interesting.
Yeah,
the drama that goes on amongst and between people, and the struggles, and it can make people make better television, right? Like one of the criticisms we used to get at Celebrity Rehab was, where's the treatment? It's like, they didn't put that on TV. You're watching 30 minutes of television, and it's not the treatment is boring. It's slow, it's quiet, it's tuning to another person and them talking quietly about their experiences. It's not reality television.
What's the one reality show you wish would have never been made from a psychological standpoint?
In terms of having done
harm.
Let's tease that.
Okay. We're going to tease that. I'm going to talk to you for a second about Blinkist, everybody. You hear me talk about them all the time. They're unique. It works on your phone, with your tablet, your web browser. Blinkist takes the best key takeaways, the need-to-know information from thousands of nonfiction books and condenses them down to just 15 minutes that you can read or listen to. Either one, whichever you want. Tons of great books. Becoming by Michelle Obama. Fire and Fury, Inside the White House by Michael Wolff. And you just get the best. Listen, I don't know about you, but I love reading nonfiction books. They take a long time, and this is an efficient way to do it. You distill it down to just a few minutes, the key important points, 15 minutes. And with Blinkist, you get unlimited access to read or listen to their massive library of condensed nonfiction books, all the books you want, all for one low price. And right now, for a limited time, Blinkist has a special offer just for our audience. Go to Blinkist.com/Drew to try it for free for 7 days. Crazy. And then get 25% off your new subscription when you do sign up. That is Blinkist, Blinkist.com/Drew, D-R-E-W, to start your free 7-day trial. And then also save 25% off, but only when you sign up at Blinkist.com/Drew. Yeah, reality TV is an interesting phenomenon.